What's stable, everybody? Now, if you are in Anchor or thinking of putting deposit into Anchor, you need to understand some of the changes that are coming. Now, first, we need to address the elephant in the room, the falling Anchor yield reserve. Now, based on the current graph, the yield reserve should be running out by the end of the month. And people are concerned whether the 19.5% can sustain or not. Now, this is largely because of two big reasons. So, number one is the Anchor growing deposit. So, you can see the widening gap between the deposit and the borrow. Second reason is also contributed by Abracadabra degen box. So, this allows people to loop UST. So, the yield reserve is depleting super fast. So, what is Anchor going to do? Now, before we look at that, we need to understand how Anchor works. First, Anchor is a lending and borrowing protocol. So lender come to Anchor, lend UST and get 19.5 APY. Now borrower come here, deposit their asset as collateral using BLUNA or BETH, borrow UST, and they also pay an interest. So how does Anchor makes money? So they get it from two places, the borrower interest payment and the collateral assets. The BLUNA and BETH that you deposit is actually earning staking rewards for Anchor. So let's take a look at the money flow. You have the borrower paying the interest to Anchor. You also have the staking rewards from the collateralized asset going to Anchor. And from there, they will pay the lender 19.5%. Now, if the generated income is more than the lender's 19.5%, the remaining goes to the Anchor yield reserve. Now, if the income is less than the lender's interest payment, then Anchor will use the Anchor yield reserve to top up the remaining. Now, the question here is, what if the Anchor yield reserve goes to zero? The lender will get the payout from the borrow interest and from the staking fees. So some gigabrains have estimated that that is around 8 to 9%. So what is Anchor doing to address this problem? Number one, changing the LTV to 80%. So this proposal has already passed. With that, people can borrow more money and with that also earn more interest. Second, topping up the yield reserve. So Do Kwon has hinted of topping up the yield reserve up to 300 million. In fact, they did it before last year in July with 70 million. So there's a high chance that they will do it again. And if we think about it, if it helps the team to buy time to work out a sustainable model and also to increase adoption, why not? Many protocols have deep liquidity mining program, Matic, AVAX, FTM. And number three, they are also changing the borrowing model, the Anchor Borrow V2. So this helps them to accelerate the adding of other assets, Solana, DOTS, AVAX, so that more borrowers can come. Now let us try to understand Anchor Borrow V2. Currently right now, the B assets development time takes about 2 to 3 months. Now this is because they are driving the staking interest directly to the platform. Now in V2, a borrower will come and deposit asset. So for example, Luna X. However, the staking interest will not go directly to Anchor. Only when the borrower is looking to do repayment, then the borrower will have to pay the interest plus the staking rewards. And doing this allows the team to accelerate development time so that more assets can be onboarded. Now, should you put deposit into Anchor? Well, it depends. This is still crypto and things are very volatile. But if you are interested in Anchor, please do consider getting an insurance. Now, in case of any hacks, you are still covered. And you can use my referral. I hope you learned something today and thanks for watching. Bye bye.